once again I didn't see the notes, but I guess it's something okay there. So yeah, it tells me what an interval is up there in the more info box there. It tells me that an interval is the distance and pitch between two notes, and then it goes on like that. So it teaches you musical theory really. And with those info boxes, they're doing the big difference. Really, because if you just play these notes, it can be as any video game as well. It can be as any video game out there. You just press buttons and you get a high score, and everybody's happy. But with the little info box up there, you get real world musical theory. So yeah, listen to this again. An interval is the distance and pitch between two notes. A major third is two notes that are separated by 4 half steps, or 2 notes with 3 notes in between them. If you're not into musical theory, that may sound a little bit too much, but as this is the medium lessons, if you play easy, you've already gone through the real basics. So it's not a big, it's not that advanced what I say there. Yeah, you play these things. This lesson was all about intervals, so it will tell you about different kinds of intervals. Yeah, the perfect fifth. They refer to guitars and power chords because that's the same interval, and yeah, octave intervals when it's the same notes but in different octaves. Yeah, those things. We got an arpeggio, perfect fourth chords. So they just go through it and they tell you really what it's all about. And that's great because they really try to tell you what you're doing. You're not just pressing buttons. You're learning real world. The musical skills you learn here is applicable in the real world. So if I play these, if we take a look at the hard lessons. So here, for example, the one that's called the major scale. So now I'll play full major scales. So now it's, for example, the C major scale. A pretty simple scale as all notes are just the white. But I can't, as you can see, I'm screwing up. But you understand what it's about really. So yeah, here's a full C major scale. It's the same scales that pianists and all those guys have been trying to learn for ages. And of course, maybe the best thing is that you can use the D-pad on the keyboard to change the speed of the track and how fast you're playing. So I can put it down to, for example, 60%. And there, the memory of the camera ran out, so yeah, I had the stuff there. Yeah, I hope you got a good view of the tutorials and lessons. So I hope we can move on to playing some real songs now. So yeah, we'll take a look at the songs. There are 83 songs on the Rock Band 3 disc. I think 63 of them has keyboard support. A few of those songs have very small keyboard parts where you just play a few notes. So yeah, I'd say it's about 50 songs directly with interesting keyboard songs, with keyboard parts. Then we got a lot of DLC, of course. Rock Band and Harmonix, the company that makes the game, they release new DLC every week, new songs. So it's about maybe between 3 and 12 songs a week. Is about 6 is an average, I think. So if you're a keyboard player, there have been some pretty nice packs, like Billy Joel, the king of keyboards. And then you got, well, the Doors got a great organ player. 12 pack from both Billy Joel and the Doors. Then you got Queen, Linkin Park, sadly, but I guess they've got some nice keyboard parts. So yeah, there are a lot of songs to choose from, even though you only get about 50 songs with good keyboard parts on disc. But yeah, I think we should take a look at some of the songs. I don't know really what songs we should try and play, but we'll see what we can find. For example, oh yeah, that's a nice one for a keyboard. But we can sort them. You can sort the songs in Rock Band 3 with many parameters. Like, yeah, first of all, you can sort them in different orders, like song name, song difficulty, the artist, those stuff. Then you can filter the songs with. I've filtered out all songs that doesn't have the keyboard parts, for example, which makes it a little bit easier to find songs that you like to play. Oh, Bow Rat has a great song for the keyboard, but it's difficult as hell. Oh, that's a nice song. Maybe we should try that one. Yeah, why not? The Doors, as I talked about, they have a song on disc too. Break on through to the other side. As I said, a nice part for the keyboard. So let's try that one out. Okay, break on through to the other side. Yeah, of course, pro keys, standard keys, boring. But yeah, maybe I should start the song on easy, and then I can show you the progression of difficulties inside the song. So I'll start on easy pro. That's pretty basic, I think, if I remember correctly. But usually when it's easy, it is pretty easy. Yeah, as you can hear, I play much fewer notes than the organ player does for real. And that's of course because it's easy. And now I'm using the touch sensitive area. So I'm altering the pitch of the sustained note. Now I'm back in the main riff. We can do it like this now. Now you've seen how that do 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 sounds is how you play it on easy. So now we take it up to medium instead. Just continue. Now we'll see how it looks now. Now it's one more note every measure. And now it's two on this sustain note. So when I play on easy it was just one, and now it was just one note, and now it's two. So it gets a little bit more advanced every time. Don't worry, we'll soon be back on the main riff again. Ooh, this part, that's usually censored. She gets high. And now we're back on the main riff, which you've seen on both easy and the medium difficulties. So now we'll take hard instead. Yeah, just continue. As you can see, it's changed, so now I'm even lost here. I don't think I've played this on... now it's a lot more advanced, and it's... Now you can see I changed which part of the keyboard I'm playing onto, which makes it even more confusing. As they don't display the entire keyboard on screen. Oh, 3-note chords. Yeah, so this is hard. But before we end this, I should show you the main riff on an expert too. So yeah, we'll restart and yeah, expert. We'll see if I can do this at all. I don't think so. Now it's just all over the place. Okay, it was... Oh, 3-note chords. They're killing me. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just too much. Okay, the main riff, that's doable even an expert. almost. Oh my god. And now the keyboard's changing too. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, the solo, this is crazy. Oh god. But you know the drill. You've seen it now, and expert. Then it's tough. Then you play the real. Oh yeah, of course. As you've seen, I only play with my right hand all the time, and that's because harmonics just charts in Rock Band 3. They only chart the right hand part, the melody part for the keyboard player. So you only play with one hand. I guess because if they should produce, it would be very cramped to play two-handed on a 2-octave keyboard. It would just take, your hands would get, yeah, it's just too small to play with two hands, really. So I guess they were in the choice of trying to actually cramp two hands into this little keyboard, or making a larger keyboard. I think that two hands on this keyboard, that's just not doable. So then the alternative was to create a larger keyboard. And then, as I said before, this piece already cost $80. So with maybe 1 or 2 octaves more, it would have been, I think, too expensive. So I guess they settled for the idea with just the right hand to keep the price down, and not to mess up the screen too much, because you should have two-handed parts on screen at the same time. As all the other instruments, it would have been just a mess. You wouldn't have seen anything. So I think they settled for just right-hand parts for those two reasons. That you got only, you keep the price down of the peripheral, and you don't mess up the screen. So yeah, then it's just the right hand, but as you can see, it's enough for me anyway. So yeah, I think that was all about just playing a song. But yeah, how much do you really learn from this then? Well, what if I go and play this? I've got an old synthesizer keyboard thingy in the other room, so I can get that one here and we'll play the song and see how it sounds. I'll pick one song now that is pretty perfect for that, because it's got a very simple melody. It's Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London. You can see if I can find it somewhere here. Oh yeah, Werewolves. It should be on W, huh? There, yes. Werewolves of London. Oh, we are the champions. But the Werewolves of London. Yes, I've seen. I can. It's a simple song. It's just one layer, one in difficulty, one dot. So yeah, you get. Well, I'll play Pro Keys, Expert, and I'll play this main riff, and then I'll go and play it on the real keyboard, and you'll see if it sounds the same. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole song basically. We can play it a few more times so you can hear it, but I guess you recognize it from that Kid Rock song. He just he mixed up this song and the Leonard Skinner song, Sweet Home Alabama, and just so he takes this melody and messes it up with Sweet Home Alabama. So I guess if you've heard this, this is the original. So he just borrowed the melody, and yeah, I guess you can do it that way too. But this is the original song.